Hello, beautiful stars. I'm very happy to see you here. And today we are trying to learn Chinese vocabulary, but the real one, the one used on the official websites, in the news resources, because I believe when you reach advanced level of Chinese language, you eventually want to find a nice way on how to improve your language, on how to maintain a rich vocabulary of the language you're learning, especially if you are not living in that country and if you are not practicing the language a lot. For example, I am in this situation. I don't speak, but I do encounter the language itself and what I realized is that you really have to check out some official websites, for example, because they can give you so many interesting new words that you wouldn't know, and also they can go very deeply in the topic you want to research. And today we are going to the website of 苹果 iPhone. And we're gonna read a little bit about the batteries because it's something that is useful and it's something that is very often discussed these days. People very often talk about this topic, and I think this is a very useful vocabulary we want to know. So basically here we have a website page with some text and the vocabulary we're gonna extract from this text. And usually I know that many people actually don't like Baidu Fanyi, which is the alternative in China to the Google Translate, but I actually love it, and I noticed that sometimes Google Translate is better. I would still recommend to use Baidu Fanyi and Google Translate in combination because I think it gives the best results in terms of finding the best translation to the world that sounds more native and also more suitable. Now let's go to the text itself. Today we're going to talk about batteries and iPhone's performance. So iPhone 电池和性能. 电池 means battery and 性能 means performance. And we're gonna see the correlation between these two things. I think this is a very popular topic these days. That's why this kind of vocabulary is also pretty useful, especially for those who work in tech industry. What we are just going to read this passage from the official website of Apple and Apple support, and then we will write down the words we don't really know or the new ones. I would say most of the words are relatively new, but some of them you may forget, and usually it's better to write them down in sentences or phrases to better memorize the words. So iPhone 电池和性能. All of these words are familiar, therefore we just go in further, and the next sentence is 了解 iPhone 性能以及性能与电池的关系. 了解 means to understand iPhone's 性能以及性能与电池的关系. 性能 is performance, and 以及 and, but more official way of saying 和 性能与电池的关系. Performance. Okay, and here we go to the last word in this sentence. 关系. Connections between performance and the battery. So to understand performance of iPhone and the connections between performance and the battery. Let's try to paste this sentence in Baidu Fanyi. It says understand the performance of iPhone and the relationship between performance and battery. So it's very similar to how we translate it. In this case also, I wouldn't say there is new vocabulary, but maybe 以及 is usually seen in documentation or some technical documents. It's not used in the daily speech. The next sentence. iPhone 旨在为您带来简单易用的体验. 旨在为您带来简单易用的体验. 旨在 it means the purpose of something is to. Also very official language used in this passage, I would say. And even though I do know this word, I don't use it very often, and I haven't seen it that often these days. Therefore, I would actually write it down into our vocabulary list. 旨在. Then we are going to Baidu Fanyi. Usually they provide only one word translation here on the right, but if you highlight the Chinese word itself, you actually can see more full translation with synonyms. That's what we are pasting here on the right. And as I already said, usually just remembering one word is not that useful. Therefore, I would actually even paste this sentence. We can translate that the goal of iPhone is to bring you simple, easy experience. Simple, user-friendly experience as well. We can say that. But when we go to Baidu Fanyi, we can see that it says the iPhone is designed to bring you a simple and easy-to-use experience, even though There is no the word design in this sentence. In this case, we wrote down 旨在为您带来 to bring you 简单 easy 易用的 user-friendly 体验 experience, no other new words, so we are moving further. 要实现这种体验，必须结合先进的技术和复杂的工程。In order to achieve this kind of experience, in order 要实现 achieve 这种 this kind of 体验 experience 必须 you must one must 结合 combine 先进的技术 advanced technology 和复杂的工程和复杂的 and complicated or advanced 工程 engineering. So in this case also no new words, so we are moving further. But still, even though there are no new words, it's very useful to read it just to review this official type of vocabulary or technology related vocabulary and just to see how the official texts or documents are designed. Plus, it's definitely written by native speakers, so I would say you can be sure that these words are used. It's not some kind of Chinese as a second language type of book content. So for now, just one new word, but we only read like 3 sentences and we are going further. 其中一个重要的技术领域就是电池和性能。其中 among them 一个重要的 one very important 技术领域 technological sphere 就是电池和性能电池 battery 和 and 性能 performance. No new words. 电池是一项复杂的技术，电池性能以及相关的 iPhone 性能会受到很多变量的影响。Okay, here we see 电池 battery 是 is 一项 is a counting word, so 一项复杂的技术 complicated technology. 电池性能以及相关的 iPhone 性能 So the performance of battery 电池性能以及 and 相关的 iPhone 性能 and the related performance of iPhone 会受到变量的影响会受到 can be impacted by 很多 many 变量的影响 To be honest, I forgot what 变量的 means. I definitely seen this word before, but as we can see, it means variable. The simple version would be like 不同的, but if you want to sound more official and more advanced, I think 变量的 sounds very good. And just as an example, we're gonna use the phrase 变量的影响. It actually translates exactly the same, the impact of variables. Okay, next. 所有可充电电池都是消耗品，寿命有限。Okay, let's start here. It's getting more interesting. 所有可充电电池 all the batteries that you can charge 是 are 消耗品 consumables. Definitely writing it down. All the batteries that can be charged are consumables. 寿命有限 shelf life is limited. 寿命有限 limited lifespan. I definitely want to write down this word because I think it's very useful. 这意味着这些电池 it means that these kind of batteries 的容量和性能都会下降 So the capacity of these batteries and their performance can 下降 decline 最终需要更换 and eventually they had to be changed, substituted 更换这意味着这些电池的容量和性能都会下降最终需要更换 Here, very useful vocabulary, familiar but not very frequently used, for example, in my daily life, so I love it. 进一步了解 iPhone 电池以及电池老化对 iPhone 性能的影响 Here they offer us to 进一步了解 to know more about iPhone 电池 about the battery of iPhone 以及 and 电池老化 the aging of the battery 老化 and how it impacts iPhone and its performance 对 iPhone 性能 to the performance of iPhone 的影响 impact and the impact it has on the performance of iPhone Well, it's actually a pretty complicated type of vocabulary, I would say. Okay, let's read one more passage because I see very, very, very specific vocabulary in this one. 关于锂离子电池，关于 about 锂离子电池 lithium-ion battery. We're definitely writing down this word. iPhone 电池采用锂离子技术。The battery of iPhone uses lithium-ion technology. 锂离子电池 lithium-ion battery, so 锂离子技术 means lithium-ion technology, so this one we can understand. 与前几代的电池技术相比，与前几代电池技术相比 comparing 与 something 相比 comparing to the 电池技术 the battery technologies of the previous couple generations 锂离子电池充电更快 lithium-ion batteries 锂离子电池充电 are charged 更快 faster使用更持久 they use more lasting 使用更持久同时具有更高的功能同时具有更高的功率密度 oh this one is complicated 同时 at the same time 具有 have possess 更高的 more high level and this one is definitely very technological type of phrase 功率密度 let's take a look what it means power density so 功率means power rate efficiency capacity factor rate of work I do recommend to write down these words separately and then only in combination so they are at the same time possessing higher power density 能够 can 以更轻便的体积提供更出色的电池续航能力以更轻便的体积 means volume 轻便 means light they can be lighter but they also can 提供 provide 更出色的 more excellent 出色的电池续航能力 so they are lighter but have better endurance对于你的设备来说 in terms of your technology or your devices 可充电锂离子电池技术是目前最优秀的技术 The batteries that can be charged the ion lithium batteries that can be charged are as of now the best technology for your products and for your devices And here they actually suggest us to 进一步了解锂离子电池 to know more about the lithium-ion batteries and we're probably gonna do it maybe in the next episode because firstly we want to finish reading this page but first of all I would like to ask you if you are interested in reading more of the content on this page if you're interested in this type of vocabulary in general and learning it together writing it down and also once this list is done is finished would you want me to share it with you so that you can review the vocabulary and learn it together. As you can see, we usually have words and then we have some examples how to use them with translations. I don't include pinyin because it's mostly for advanced level of people and I believe in most cases we don't need pinyin. Only if we see the characters we don't know, then I do add pinyin if it's the character I haven't seen before or if I tend to forget it. But in general, it's without pinyin.